Hello, my name is Samuel Acosta.
Hi, my name is Natalia Flores.
Welcome back to another episode of Gov 101. Today we have
Paulina Lopez, the Bureau Court Administrator.
Thank you, Paulina, for joining us today. Our podcast is here to educate the public on what each head of department does. And today we're going to be interviewing Paulina. We will be asking her 10 questions. Keep them around 30 seconds to respond. And yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, first, can you give us a description about you, your background, just how you came up, and if you have any family?
Sure. Well, I started working in the court system about 14 years ago. I have a daughter, and I believe I started when she was just 6 months old. So that's how I keep good track of the years. Now she's a freshman. And I started when I was doing my internship. When I was about to graduate on my bachelor's degree in business administration, I have a specialty in human resources. So before my graduation, I needed to do an internship, and I started at the clerk's office. I completed my internship in 6 months, and I liked the environment, and I stayed there for a couple of months just as a volunteer, just to learn more and get more experience in the workforce. And the position was open, and that's how I started. After that, I became a front counter clerk, so I was assisting the public and the paperwork and opening cases, which gave me a lot of knowledge of case filing. And then I was promoted to courtroom clerk. So I started going to hearings, and then I was promoted to senior courtroom clerk, which is with a little bit more experience. And I was also assistant jury commissioner. So I had a lot of information about processes and filings and documents and court proceedings. And then an opportunity opened in court administrator. They wanted to develop a program that could help clients to have easier access to the courts. So that was an opportunity. I applied and I got it. And that's how I started in court administration. And in court administration, I had the opportunity to develop the self-represented litigant program, which is a program that focuses in helping people that cannot afford attorneys whenever they want to go through legal proceedings focused on guardianships or family law like custody, child support, divorces, parenting time, that type of thing. So I developed the program. It was very successful. It got a lot of attention because it was a huge need in our community. Unfortunately, not everyone can afford an attorney, so that kind of helped giving people an opportunity to be not represented in court, but have the information they need to defend themselves in court. And Judge Fink saw this as an opportunity because it was very challenging for judges to handle court proceedings when one party had an attorney and the other one didn't. Yeah. So I was there for 4 years. During those 4 years, like I said, the program was very successful. It started growing. I had 2 amazing part-time employees helping me, and then a huge opportunity opened, which was the court administrator position. That was kind of my dream job. I never thought I was gonna be in that position so young. That was kind of like my dream, like when I was, I don't know, 40, 50 something. But luckily, I mean, I applied and I got the job. So now I've been a court administrator for, actually tomorrow it's gonna be 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And that's my current position.
Good. No?
what? That's true.
He's a little tired today, I guess. Okay. Can we know a little bit more about how you achieved your dream job? How hard did you work to get this job, and what were the requirements for this job?
I think it was different things. I think when it's meant to be, I am a person of faith, and I think that God puts you in the place you're gonna be, and you're gonna do good. I would like to think. Then hard work. I started from the bottom, and not because I'm making less any position, but because I started working for free. Juan Pablo gave me my first opportunity at the clerk's office for my internship. I never thought I was gonna stay there. But I worked hard, and I tried to do the best I could even when nobody was watching, because it was just the way I wanted to do things. I always feel like when you do things right, eventually it's gonna pay off, and that's like my mantra. I always guide myself through that, and they see it when you work really hard, when you put the effort and the time and the hours, and you have good attitude. People see it, and eventually that's gonna open doors. Also, be patient and just do your best. Also, another thing I would say, not being afraid of taking risks. I was very nervous when I applied for all the positions I had to go through. Sometimes I feel like you don't feel like you may get it, but if you don't try, you'll never know. So those things kind of helped me move up and be in the position I am right now. And it was an advice I would give my coworkers, and I didn't want to be a hypocrite and not follow it. So that kind of also pushed me in, and it has worked out for me.
What are some challenges and accomplishments that you reached in this position?
Challenges, I think, is, like I mentioned, learning to take risks. Even when you feel you're not quite there yet, but knowing that you have to get there, and then you'll work hard to actually feel like you belong there. I think that was a challenge. I think sometimes when life gets tough or you present challenges at work, it makes you hesitate a little bit. But self-confidence and like I said, doing your best. And what was the question again? Just so I can remember second part.
Just accomplishments that also have brought up, and challenges as well.
In accomplishments, well, the program was a big accomplishment because it was a big project. I started from scratch. So I had to analyze all the areas of opportunity and where people were having difficulties in the court. It took a lot of teamwork with other departments, department heads, and the public, and with the help of our presiding judge and the board that were in agreement and funded the project. But there's a huge difference in numbers, in how we handle cases, and the access we have provided to the public for their court cases. So statistically, has been very successful, and the self-represented litigant program is recognized statewide, and other counties have come down to learn about the program and implement in their own. Right now we have a coordinator and a specialist. They're also doing a great job, and it's just growing, continues to grow. So I think that's one of the biggest accomplishments.
And what role do you play in the public, or what services do you provide?
Okay, before I used to help customers one-on-one. Most part of my job was customer service. Now that I'm a court administrator, that's not the case. I still help the public, but through my team. And everything we come up with, projects, programs that are meant to improve our processes, to make it more efficient and more accessible. So that's how I help the public. Other than also all complaints and feedback go through me, and then depending on the nature of the complaint, we follow up. That's when I have most contact with the public. But in court administration, we have different programs and projects and people that have different duties. It's different from other departments because everyone specializes in different things. So for example, we are in charge of providing court security, and that means for court staff, for members of the public, and for the building in general. We are also responsible for facilities. Anything that happens in the building is our responsibility. Everything that the judges may need to do their job is our responsibility. Everything related to information technology, IT, from setting up a printer to bigger equipment or programming certain programs or computer stuff to make other people's work easier. And anything related to court equipment, video, audio, microphones, everything has to be on point so we can provide good services. Everything related to finance and accounting for Superior Court and probation. Case flow management, which is also a big one because we make sure that all the cases and all the pleadings are being attended in a timely and efficient manner. We have a manager that she's always on track of cases with the help of the clerk's office, and we make sure that nobody's falling behind on their cases. So that also provides a lot of trust to our public because they know that even if something happens, their case is not going to fall to the cracks, and eventually will get where it needs to be, right? Whether it's with the judge or the clerks. We have the service of interpreters. That's another big one because we are a border town, and a lot of people don't speak the language. They don't speak English. And even sometimes people that do speak English, the legal language is very different. It's not something you see every day. So we are in charge of providing interpreter services for hearings and whenever they need to fill out paperwork. What else? I don't want to miss anything. It's just a lot that we do. But in general, it's everything focused on improving and providing the best service we can and access to people so they feel seen, heard, and that their case is being managed with justice.
Going back to when you mentioned doors open and you seek those opportunities, what about envy? Does that ever come up in the process? And if it does, how do you deal with that?
Envy?
And
That's a big one, and it's a difficult question, I think, because envy is something that I think everyone will find wherever you go. It's hard to deal with, especially when you are a people person. I consider myself a people person. So when you're a people person, you care about others, and sometimes you care about the perception you have with other people. But in this position specifically, I have learned that the perception people has of you is not in your hands. You're not gonna be liked by everyone. Nobody is.
Yeah.
So learning to do the best I can, and if people has a bad perception, it's on them, and hopefully they'll try to approach me and try to clarify things if there was a misunderstanding. And if not, it's on them. I mean, I'll do everything I can. I always have open doors to have open and honest conversations. I'm never gonna wish any negative to anyone. I'm never gonna try to push down on anyone, but I've learned that not everyone is like that.
Yeah.
And people, sometimes they say they don't want what you have, they just don't want you to have it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing, and that's something that I like to teach my daughter. Just focus on what's yours. Focus on, well, me, I trust God, so I focus on that, and that He will do justice, and I don't have to do justice because work speaks by itself. But it's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is hard, but you learn how to cope with that.
You deal with a lot of tough cases, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of personality and what kind of mentality do you need to be able to continue working in this job?
I think you have to focus in knowing that you are helping people, that you are just a tool, you're providing a service that is going to help people go through one of the most difficult times of their life. Because there's only like 2 case types where we have people that go to the court for a good thing, like marriages and adoptions. Everything else, it's something very serious, very sad, very traumatizing. So they're not going to come with a happy attitude. So at first it was difficult. The first time I had to receive evidence when I was at the clerk's office, I remember I had to go to the bathroom and just take some time because I felt like I wanted to throw up because of the intensity of what I was seeing in the evidence. But with time, you just learn to kind of disconnect a little bit, and I don't want to say you get used to seeing those things, but you learn that everything is with a purpose, and the purpose is helping someone to get justice and for things to go the best they can. So it's just time and experience, I think, but it is challenging, and we do hear very tough cases.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, getting to oversee a bunch of stuff, and especially having family, is harder.
It is.
You know, you see that it can happen. You see that those dangers can happen, and you want to protect not only you but your family as much as possible.
Yes, and for our staff, they're very professional. They're really good at what they do. It takes time for them sometimes to get used to it, but we also do checkups and we care about them. So we're asking, like, how do you feel? This is what's going to happen. We try to be there. And for each other, all of us, I think. It's just a very good relationship that we have, and we help each other. Am I supposed to also do that?
No.
What do you like most about being Superior Court Administrator and working in the department?
Oh, it's a very stressful job. It is, but I love it. It was my dream job, and I know I still need to work really hard to get where I want to get. But one of the things I like the most is my team. And I know that sounds a little bit cliche, but it's true. I love my team. Everyone is very professional. Most of them have been there for a long time, but also the new hires have been doing a wonderful job, and I like the relationship we have, and I really value the environment we have, because it makes you want to go to work every day. I don't wake up feeling like, oh no, I'm dragging my feet and I don't want to see this person, I don't want to be around this person. I'm just happy to be there, and I can feel the honesty and the appreciation everyone has there. I love that about my job. And even outside our department, I don't know if because I've been there for a long time, but I like just like how it feels to be there. And the second thing I like the most is that even if it's not directly, I'm still helping people in the community, because before I wasn't sure what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I knew it was going to be something that would serve the public. So this does it in different ways.
Yeah, for sure. What has been the hardest case you've dealt with?
Oh gosh. There was a high profile case. I think that was the most challenging. in different aspects. I've seen other horrible cases, but this was challenging because it took a lot of technicalities, because we are in charge of court security. This case brought a lot of media attention and brought a lot of people even from outside the country just to attend the case. It was a very intense case. It lasted many months, and it took a lot of preparation with other law enforcement, and that was a great experience because we learned a lot, something we don't do every day. And it took a lot of preparation with interpreters, with our team inside the courts, with the court security, with everyone pretty much. It was a lot, and that was a difficult, challenging experience, but we learned a lot from it, to the point where sometimes other counties call to ask for assistance and recommendation, because that doesn't happen very frequently, especially in small counties like this one.
Yeah.
So I think that's the one I recall that has been more challenging, but also, I don't know, educated.
Impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's you.
Would you say having a healthy mental health is important for this role?
Oh, definitely. Mental health, it's so important, and I'm glad that now people are paying more attention to it. I think before it was more like a taboo, something you wouldn't talk about, and I think it's very important because, like I said, we deal with people that are going through very difficult times, and their mental state, it's not the best. So they may talk back to you, they may have a horrible attitude, they may get aggressive, and the person that is helping them needs to be in control of their emotions. Remember that we have to be professional at all times. Imagine having someone that is not quite stable mentally, and I think that person could be triggered with any provocation from the public. That doesn't mean that that's a defect. I think we all have our ups and downs in life, so it's just a matter of being attentive with our coworkers and make sure that if we see them acting weird, that we ask questions and let them know that we're there for them. I think it's, as a supervisor, it's also our responsibility to be checking up on them. And I know the county also provides assistance, like mental health assistance, for those who want to keep it confidential. So they are provided with phone numbers of people that can help them go through whatever they're going through.
You mentioned you have a daughter, and you're, I'm pretty sure, a good mom. How has this job affected you as a parent?
I think at first it was difficult because it's a lot of information that you have to learn, and you're exposed to so many things. And I don't think, in the meantime, you learn how to cope with that, and the new level of stress becomes your reality. I think you try your best not to take it home. But we are humans, and sometimes you'll be watching a movie with your daughter and you'll be just like stay like this thinking about other things, and she would have to snap me out like, "Mom, come back." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm here." So just I think she was very empathetic with the process. I have very open communication with her. I let her know, like, I'm going through this, sorry if I'm distant, sorry if this is happening. But over the months I learned how to separate things. I think it was just overwhelming at the beginning, and I learned how to separate things, and I tried to have a lot of quality time with her. And now she likes to come sometimes when she has early release. She likes to come and help us shred papers or something. But she got very interested on the system, and she likes to go to the hearings. So she has a really good perception of what we do because she sees how much I care. And then when she goes to the office, she sees how much our team cares. So that has worked very well at this point.
Very nice.
Is there any message you would like the public to know about?
Well, I think no program, no business is perfect, but I would like to let the community know that we try our best, that we really try to pay attention to what they are struggling with, that we are always looking into areas of improvement and try to improve those areas, that we're always trying to retain our people to provide the best possible service, and that we care, that we know that the court system, it's intimidating. We see it every day in their faces as soon as they step into the court, but that we're there for them, that there are resources that we provide to help them, that they're not alone, and that they shouldn't feel like justice is not being served, because like I said, no one is perfect, but we really try our best, and I know each department head is really very attentive to everything that is going on. So just feel free to go in with whatever problem you may have, and we'll try to help you as much as we can.
Do you think modern music shows or influencers have an impact on what people do?
I think so. I think I love music and I listen all kinds of music. I don't like narcocorridos. And I love reggaeton because I love dancing too. It's also one of my hobbies. But I do think that unconsciously, a message sticks to your head that normalizes certain things that I don't think should be normalized. So, yeah.
To conclude our more serious questions, you mentioned earlier that you love to shop, you love to online shop. Do you prefer TikTok shop or Amazon?
I do both.
You shop on TikTok?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do both. Yes, we do have a policy where we're not supposed to have TikTok in our courts. Just want to make that clear. I do have my personal phone and my work phone.
Okay.
So that's why I do have an account, and I do like to buy stuff there. I think after the pandemic, I just got used to online shopping, and yeah, I like that. I like both, to be honest. Yeah.
Sam, do you have a?
I mean, I do TikTok shop too. Like I got the golly gummies recently,
Right.
and some new pair of pants that I ordered from TikTok shop get here today too.
Yeah, I got some pens too that you can erase. Those are pretty cool. I do can't find everything,
Yeah,
but all the
some
fun
stuff.
stuff is on TikTok, and then like the more serious stuff, I think I found them on Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What's your favorite genre of music?
Oh, like I said, I like everything. I think there's music for whenever you're cleaning your house,
Oh yes.
music when you're on the road, music when you're working, and I'm a dancer, so music to dance. But I think overall, I really like what would it be? Like soft rock,
Okay.
like in general. But I like all like salsa, everything you can think of except the narco corridos. Alternative rock, I think, would be what I listen to the most on my calm moments.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us? And if you do, that's when you can ring a bell.
Nice. Okay, finally. Let me see. Yay. I don't know. I enjoyed this interview. Thank you for having me. I think you're doing great with your questions and how you are communicating. So I appreciate that. I just want to know how's your experience been in interviewing people and getting to learn more about what we do. Do you think how did this project started? I'm assuming you want the members of the public to know, but do you think it's going to be impactful? Has it changed your view of what the county and the courts are doing? Just your perception overall.
Yeah. Sam, you want to?
So yeah, I would say for sure it has changed my perspective. I've learned a lot about the departments here in the county, what they do, that I didn't even know were like existed or specifically what they did. So I would say yes, it did impact me. I've learned a lot, and it's been amazing. You know, we've made a lot of new connections, networking with these new people, and like what they do specifically. It's been amazing. We're trying to branch out, especially right now, more to get more viewers for them to understand what departments do. So we're hoping on doing that as soon as possible. I say that's in my perspective.
Yeah.
What about you, Dania?
Well, this whole project started out as, Sam and I were interns. We were trying to get just general information out, just don't litter. Here are some current events, and our supervisors, Shannon Hall and Luis Carlos Davis, brainstormed this idea of let's interview each head of department, let's educate the public, but how? So we came up with the idea, let's do a podcast. We can interview them, we can ask them questions that the public might be afraid to answer, or afraid to ask, and we'll take one for the team. We'll be the ones asking them, we'll be the ones getting the knowledge and broadcasting it out to the public. This whole project has really changed a lot for me. It's definitely given me a lot of connections, and it's built a lot of relationships with not only people in the county in this complex, but also people in the court. I say this would give us a great opportunity, and it would look great as on our portfolio for anything we do. Is this is what we did at the county. This was our experience.
Nice.
Agreed.
And I have one more thing that I would like to say, if I may. I don't know, we have time.
Of course.
We also, part of the court administrator, we have the CASA program and the dependency coordinator. That is a very important program, and if anyone wants to reach out to court administration, our coordinator helps recruit people that want to be the voice for those kids that are removed from their home. Sometimes there are situations where their parents are not a good fit to raise them or are going through legal processes that are difficult. So we want to reach out, and if you want to learn more about these programs, just go to court administration. We can provide more information because we have many kids that need help and not a lot of people chipping in. So if you want to make an impact in the lives of minors, just reach out, and that's a great program that we have as well.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for sharing.
giving us that information, and not only giving it to us, but to the viewers as well. Any comments? Any more questions?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day and being with us and educating all of us, because I wouldn't have known what you control, what you just perceive in this position.
Thank you,
So thank you so
and thank you
much.
for doing this. I think it's really important that the community sees what we do, and if they have more questions, they can always approach us. But for those who don't dare, here it is. So thank you for doing this. It's a very nice project.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Gov 101.